All right, y'all, welcome back to Correctional Officer Stories with Steve. Here to bring you another episode. I know I've been absent for a couple days, had some stuff going on, kind of a busy weekend. Trying to wind down here on Sunday. I've got a busy week coming up, and then a busy weekend next weekend. So let's jump into the story that I'm going to tell you guys today. It was about an inmate out there at the Lewis facility. This particular inmate was on what we call watch. He was in a watch cell. He requested, well, he didn't request watch. He either said he was going to commit harm to himself, commit suicide. He couldn't be in the cell because he was afraid of his cellie, and he was going to do harm to himself. It just depends on what he went on watch for. Sometimes they go on defecation watch because they've swallowed something, and then we got to sift through their shit. I always refuse to do that. I ain't having that shit. Anyway, this particular inmate was on watch because he said he was going to kill himself. So a couple days went by, and here comes blood running out of the cell into the yard office, or the office down in one dog pod, right? It was crazy. It was the craziest thing ever. We go into the thing, we look in the cell, and the inmate is cutting his testicles off with a pair of tweezers. Now, they shouldn't ever have any kind of thing like that in the cell with them when they're on watch. They should only be in a smock. No clothing, no nothing. They're in a smock, which means it's just like a suicide smock. It's yellow, it's Velcro, and that's all they get to cover themselves up. Anything we give them, we have to go in and retrieve. So if we give them a sack lunch, we go in and retrieve it. Every shift, we go in, cuff this inmate up, pull them out, stand them against the wall, search the whole cell, make sure they don't have any kind of weapons like that, because that's considered a weapon when an inmate's on a suicide watch. Tweezers. Somehow, some way, this particular inmate got a hold of some tweezers. He was probably hooping them, as you've heard on some of these other prison channels. He was probably storing them in his anal cavity, and found the right time to pull them out and proceeded to cut his testicles off. By the time we had looked in and seen, it's a little cell door with a window. It's a watch cell. We immediately popped the door, immediately applied pressure to that. This whole time, that inmate not one time was making any noise. He wasn't screaming. He didn't seem like to be in shock. He was just sitting there normally talking to us as if we were just coming in there to like talk to him and see what the hell was going on. His freaking testicles were hanging off. Like they were almost probably another ½ inch, and he would have had them all the way cut off. He had almost bled out. He was discolored. So we got him out of the cell, got him up to medical. No, he ended up going off. He ended up being air vac'd out. I can't remember where the helicopter landed. It landed at the helipad in the front. So we got him up to medical, or got him up to the helipad, and then off the complex, where they did what they did. I don't know if they reattached him or whatever. But one of the craziest things ever. That was one of the craziest freaking things ever. That's the type of shit you're going to see in a male facility. Obviously, you're not going to see that in a female facility because they don't have testicles. But the dude was completely psycho. I had dealt with this inmate several times before. Never thought something like that would happen. It was freaking insane. It was just something that I never thought I would see. Somebody clipping their testicles off with a pair of not tweezers. Did I say tweezers? With the pair of toenail clippers. I think I said tweezers. Toenail clippers. And just sitting there totally normal. It was the damnedest thing ever. You know for a fact that hurts. So that tells you what kind of mental capacity some of these inmates have. They're all the way gone. This dude was doing all day. He was never going to get out. He was doing a life sentence. He had said several times before he was going to kill himself. I don't know why you're going to try to kill yourself like that. That's like cruel, and you're just punishing the shit out of yourself. That's not a way to go out. I don't know why you would do that, but this dude was all the way gone, obviously by trying to clip off his testicles with toenail clippers. Unreal. So again, I don't know why I said tweezers. It was toenail clippers. I think I said tweezers. I don't know. I'll have to run it back. But listen, that's why I tell you guys, if you're going to go into a facility, go into a male facility, because it will teach you how to become an officer, how to render aid, things you're going to see. It'll make you a freaking man, that's for sure. Especially if you're a male officer, it will make you a freaking man. And for you females out there, if you're not growing up, it will grow you up quickly within about 5 minutes. Some officers know that they have to get in there and render aid. Some of them just stand there and freeze, don't know what to do. I've seen that. I saw that in a story I told on one of my other videos at Perryville, where the inmate was just slicing the shit out of her arms. She was bleeding everywhere. It was squirting out. We were trying to hold pressure. It was seeping through the freaking towels. A particular officer stood there and froze. He didn't know what to do. He was almost white as a ghost because he had never seen something like that and never believed something like that could happen. Well, that shit can happen. I've seen 1,000 different things at a male facility, so I was ready just to jump right in. That's my personality. I'm not going to stand there and watch it. I'm not going to go into shock. I'm just going to jump in and help. I performed CPR on inmates that didn't have a pulse. I've done it even outside the facility. So it's nothing that I hadn't done before, but that particular incident, I'd never seen testicles trying to be cut off with some toenail clippers. That's some crazy ass, mentally insane thing. I never saw that inmate again. Actually, I think he went to a psych ward. It's Flamingo unit is what it's called, or Baker ward. It's down at Phoenix Complex. Anyways, guys, thanks for rocking with me. Keep subscribing to my channel. Like it. If you haven't already, make sure you're sharing my channel. Make sure you're getting me to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, I'm telling you, I'm going to start going live. I like some of these guys that do these live videos where you can ask me whatever you want. I wish they would bring that back. I wish you didn't have to have 1,000 subscribers before you didn't. You can just go live. Anyway, like this video, share, and have a great week. Peace.